Hello everyone, welcome to EWM Coach channel. In this video, we are going to see the storage bin upload in the EWM system. So for those who are not aware of what is a storage bin, so storage bin is a last organizational unit in the EWM side, and it gives the exact location of stock within the warehouse. So storage bin is one of the essential organizational unit. Without this, we cannot just run a warehouse. And in most of the business, we are not going to create the storage bin from the scratch. Generally, we are uploading the storage bins with the help of templates, and that I'm going to show in this video. Yeah. So let me go to the next slide. Basically, every master data upload process include these four steps. When I say master data upload, unlike storage bin, there are other master data. For example, your product master, your initial stock upload, your storage bin sorting upload, and the upload process remains the same. Everyone has to go through these four stages. Okay. So the data preparation stage. Let's say we are implementing SAP EWM at client location, but before implementing the SAP EWM, they were using any other legacy system. So in that case, what we can do is there will be a separate data team who will work to extract the data from the legacy system, the specific data. For example, in our case, it is a storage bin. So they will extract the storage bin detail from that legacy system, and they will update the Excel sheets with the specific field values, and then we will be converting them to CSV format. Once we complete the file, the next step is we need to go for the data validation. So whatever data we extracted from that legacy system, whether that data is error free and the accuracy of data is correct or not, that we need to check. Once the validation is done, then we are uploading the CSV file into the SAP EWM system. Okay, so once we complete the upload in the system, the next part is we need to verify those entries in EWM system itself, whether that completely updated in the system or not. That we need to verify. And there is one thing, like we are using the CSV format. So let me go to the next slide where I will explain you why the CSV format we are using and when we are using it. Okay. So what is CSV file and when to use it? CSV stand for comma separated values. So it is nothing but a plain text files only containing the rows and columns with a comma. So for example, if you look into this attachment, let's say you are having a Excel sheet, and in that Excel sheet you are having two rows and five columns, and each five column is having these values: mat 001, product A, 10, and kg. So when you will upload this CSV file into the system, how system is going to read is like this. So it will be read like a plain text file with a comma separated values. Okay. So when we are using the CSV file, when we are working with importing and exporting of the data, and when you are sharing the data between the systems, and when you are working with the databases and programming, because machine love these CSV formats, they can easily understand this CSV format because they are not containing any kind of formulas within it. That's why it is easily readable. That's why SAP also suggested to use CSV format while uploading the details into the SAP system. Okay. So without delay, let me go to the SAP screen and I will show you how to upload the storage bin in the system. Yeah. So let me go to the warehouse monitor first, and I will show you what are the current storage bins available in the system. And once we upload, we will again check what is the result after uploading. Okay. So I enter into the warehouse monitor screen, and my particular warehouse is Y001. And let me go to the open this node stock and bin and double click on the storage bin. Let me execute this randomly. So you can see currently in my warehouse, I'm only having one bin, which is GR zone, which is only a single bin currently available. Let me upload and come back here, and we will check how many entries are coming here. Okay. So to upload, SAP is providing a standard template, and we need to fill the values in that standard template. Then we need to upload. So for that, we need to go to the transaction sbup, where we will get that template, as well as we can upload the template after filling this, after filling the values in that template. Okay, slash o slash scwm spup. So this is the transaction where we are uploading this template, and we are going to now download this template. So simply we can click on this export button and we can select this spreadsheet, and system will allow us to download this spreadsheet. So let's say I'm just storage, give a name, storage bin, and export this. So this file will be saved in your local area. So I'm going to save it under this download and save this. So when we are going to download, it will be download in the format XLSS. Okay, normal Excel sheet format. Okay, so once it is downloaded, we can open this. Yeah, so you can see this is the template is looking like, and you can see these are the field we need to update with the correct details and all. So in reality, like there will be some data team who is going to upload, fill these values with the logic and format and all. But now for our testing, what I can do, I can manually enter some dummy storage bins, and up to roll number 10, and then we are going to use this file to upload, and we can check this. Okay, so let me quickly fill these values. Y001, let's say test 1. Okay, so this is now, so it is asking for the storage type. So this is the bin name, so you need to provide the bin name, and the storage bin is of 18 character length, alphanumeric. Okay, and in storage type we can provide the storage, under what storage type this bin are falling. So I have already created a storage type rack, and under this rack only these bins are falling. Then there is two things, storage section and storage bin type. So currently in my system there is no section available. We are not dealing with storage sections as a organizational structure, and without section also our warehouse can run. Then coming to storage bin type, I have created a storage bin type R001. And if you ask me what is storage bin type is a logical grouping of bins based on the capacity. For example, if I'll say this, all the bins is having a certain volume, height and width, so that I can group them under a single storage bin type. So I'll just group them under storage bin type as R001, and I'll keep this as it is. Okay, copy cell. Yep, and you can see other details of bin access type, storage bin section. So these part, currently I'm not filling. These are also not mandatory. But if you see what are the key values, is the warehouse number is the key value, storage bin is the key value, storage type is the key value. These three are the key values. Without this, you cannot just upload the storage bin in the system. Without storage bin type, it is possible. These are not mandatory sections, but these three are the you know in important key areas. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me save this file in CSV format, because it is only accepting in the CSV format. I'll click on file, save as. Here I will just select CSV format, and I'll just give a good naming, storage storage bin for rack, and save it in my download sections as well. Yeah. So I'll go to the download. So you can see this is my CSV format file, storage bin for rack. So the next part is I will come back here. Here I need to click on this open folder icon. Need to select this download storage bin for rack. So you can see system is only checking the CSV file. So in my download section, other areas formats were there, but still it is only checking for the CSV. That's why this file is only coming. And I'll select this. So you can see this is coming here, and I'll click on upload. Remember my decision, allow. So you can see we filled till, you know, row number 10. So only 9 bins we filled there, these values are coming here. And if you remember, we only filled bin type, storage bin and warehouse number. But why this maximum weight and maximum value and this detail came from? This came from this storage bin type. So in bin type we have already declared the weight of the bin, the maximum volume for this storage bin type. For that reason it is always, you know, came up here, and other things are not coming. Okay, and let me do one thing. So we just validate again. Okay, we are having 9 entries there, and here also you can able to see the same 9 entries. Now the next part is we just need to click on create. So what I will do, I'll just click on create. But if you delete this, if already you uploaded in the system and you want to delete them, you can delete by clicking on this delete icon. And this is the log icon. So while uploading, if you have any issues in that file, then in that case, system will give this error message. For example, what I will do, I will I will just give this as a y009, which is not even exist in my system. So will the system allow to upload a storage bin under this warehouse number? Let us check. So let me again save this. So I just updated the warehouse number with y008. So let me re-upload the file. I will again follow the same path. Downloads storage bin for rack and open, and I'll click on upload. So you can see system did not read that value here, and it is saying error occurring during the processing. See log for details. Okay, I'll click on this log icon, message log, and here it is saying warehouse y008 is not valid warehouse, and it is giving this error. So now what I can do is either I will correct the file and re-upload it here, or I can proceed for this much storage bins. So what I can do is I will just click on create storage bins. So system will give a message at the bottom of your screen saying that 8 storage bins created. Okay, and the ninth one was having wrong warehouse number, that's why it was giving error. So now the storage bins are created. So let me go to the warehouse monitor screen, and again let me try to refresh this data. So you can see my storage bins, they are created here, and you can see 1 to 8 is there. What is my storage type, and the storage bin type details are here, and the maximum weight, volume and other details are coming. Okay, so the now the thing is like this is how we are uploading the storage bin. So later if you want to modify any storage bins, how you can do this? You are not going to upload again with the correct details. Let's say I want to modify this particular storage bin, so how can I modify this? So to do that, we need to go to a separate transaction called scwm ls11, and where we are going to modify this storage bins. Okay, so let me go to the transaction scwm ls11, and let me just directly run this with reference to this warehouse number. Yeah, you can see this is giving all the list of storage bins available for that warehouse. So let me try to edit this. So here we can directly delete this, delete any bins, but there is a precondition while deleting a bin. So if you are having any stock inside of that bin, then system will not allow to delete, because you have to remove the stock first, then only you can able to proceed for the deletion. That is a precondition. So now our bins, they are not having any stock, so I can click on delete button, and simply I can click on yes. So you can see a mark is coming, and then if I click on save, then system will permanently delete that. So you can see the test one is deleted from the system. So the next is, let's say I want to edit this bin. So which fields I can able to edit? So I can modify the storage section, the storage bin type. Let's say I assign the storage bin type as R001. R002 is the correct storage bin type for this location. So I can correct it. Then bin access type. What is the volume? So basically volume and capacity is, system is reading from the storage bin type. We don't need to manually correct this, and doing manually changes for this volume and capacity, it is kind of time taking. You cannot keep that 14 kg in everywhere. It has to be read from the storage bin type. Okay, then for example, other areas we can also modify, or let's say let's try this one first, R002. So you can see R002 is updated with this star indicator as save. Okay, so if you save this, system will update this R002. Let's say I want to, you know, clean the storage bin type for all these storage bins. I don't want to keep these storage bin details here because it is not belongs to this storage bin. Until I create a new one, I want to keep this blank. So how can I do this? I'll just click on edit and I can click on reset storage bin type, this flag. And if I hit enter, then you can see the bin type column is coming blank and this field are modified. That's why the star mark is coming. And let's save this. Yes. So yeah, so you can see this field are coming blank and the uh, bins are updated. So this is how we are modifying a bin. This is a mass edit of the storage bin, and there is another transaction where we can modify the bins one by one, which is ls02. Let me go to ls02 and let me provide the test, let's say 4 here. So here you can see I can, what are the editable options? Storage section, bin access type, storage bin type. So here I can provide rk r001 and hit enter. So system will, sorry, r001. So system will calculate these values and I can able to save this. So this is also one way to modify a single bin, but mass editing of the bin is one of the best T code that SAP provided to do this thing. And users, end users, they are also having the access to this bin transactions, so they can create a new bins. If a new bin is added later after the go live or after 1 year of execution in SAP, they can just do it by themselves, so that they should be aware of these details and all. So this is how we are uploading the bins. And mostly this bin upload, this master data upload, we are doing during the time of cutover. So, and once we complete all the activity, then only we can proceed for the go live option in the project. So these are the different life cycle. So I will maybe bring another video related to project, how the project life cycle works. And I'll also bring another master data videos where we will upload other files related to product master, initial stock and other things in my next videos. Yep, that's all for today. And please let me know your queries through comment section if you have any, and try to provide your feedbacks if I am missing anything, or do I need to improve on any areas. Please suggest through the comment section. Thank you everyone for watching this video. We will meet again with another video.